Hi everyone, I'm going to react to My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 8, Suneater of the Big Three. That's Amajiki, right? Last episode, they finally found a location for Eddie. So all those heroes and the work study students, they're like attacking this compound where Eddie's supposed to be. And this big giant dude comes out of it, and then him and the dragoon lady who turned into a dragon. A dragon, right? Yeah, a dragon. Like, they're fighting each other. And Deku and the Le Million are like running into the building trying to save Eddie. You have Overhaul using this group. The 9 bullets? Is it 9 or 7 or 8? I don't know. However many bullets of the Hasai group that are supposed to be sort of like delaying our heroes, and by the time that they get to 80 they'll be gone and all that. And then they showed Overhaul's father. He was lying in a bed and with tubes all around him. I don't know what's wrong with him or whatever, but yeah. So that's what's happening, and yeah, let's check out this episode. And here we go. And the link to the reaction is gonna be in the, well, I'm trying to see if I can post this reaction itself on YouTube. In case it doesn't get blocked, then yeah, you can just, yeah, you just be watching it. But in the case it gets blocked, then the link is gonna be in the description box and in the comment section. So click on it, watch it, and come back for my review of this episode. And here we go. Oh, he's so adorable. I know who's gonna be getting you out of your shell. Oh, this, you see? He's so adorable. They're so cute. I love this. Ooh. Okay. There's no after credit? Okay. Sometimes when I'm watching this, I'm like, would it be better for me if I watch this in English? Because I feel like they talk so fast and the subtitles are like so fast that I don't have, like, my mind doesn't catch up. Like when I read this and then I'm reading the other stuff, I feel like my mind is not keeping what I read into my mind. I feel like I'm not remembering like what I just read. So it's kind of hard for me to like understand how the quote, I don't know. But in this particular episode, I feel like I wasn't following the explanations as best as I could. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch it in the English version of this by myself, just to see if I can absorb it better than the English one, or than the Japanese version. Although I much prefer Japanese over English for most of my animes. That's usually how I watch them. But I don't know, for this particular episode, I feel like I missed a lot of stuff. So they're still trying to make their way to Eddie. Like, we didn't get to him because they were just being like delayed by all these villains that are trying to keep them from getting to, you know, Overhaul and Eddie and all that. And then they came to this oversight. So now remembering how the villain got to Eddie, used the code to open the door, and then they come to this wall that apparently Overhaul created. Like, you know how he can create and destroy in a single. So he did that to the wall to sort of like block them, and then they have to get that one into that. It's like, okay, you still have like that was just separating the thing. Deku and Kirishima like broke through that wall, right? And then this mimic just like took the needle, went into the wall, and then the wall started like moving and all that. When they started doing that, I'm like, the first thing that popped into my mind is that he's sort of messing with their sense of like direction, orientation, make them feel like they're dizzy, like they can't actually see what's going on or something or other. That's where my thought went at first, but I'm like, where would he go? Like, he went into the wall. I don't think that's how, whatever, his quirk is working. But then I don't know who explained it, said that he like can go into any object that he wants and then manipulate that object to his content. And they're like, okay, so the only reason that why he can manipulate like the whole underground is because he used that needle and increased his quirk. So he was doing all that, and Miri was like, I'm still going on ahead. And then Togata, Amajiki just kept looking at him like running away. No, not running away, like moving forward and all that. And he's like, okay, I need to do something too. And then they the mimic, I'm assuming this mimic, like opened this hole under the ground, and then they dropped into this room with these 3 of the 8 bullets of the high side group, right? And then Amajiki tells them like to go, like he's gonna take care of them. And when they were running, what do I keep saying run away? They're not running away, they're moving forward. And Rocklock is like, since Amajiki was part of Fat Gum's agencies, like he let him make the decision, and he's like, but are you sure you should leave him behind? Kirishima is also like, should we be leaving him behind? And it's like, he's the strongest out of all of them. And I'm like, oh, he's strong, but it's because his mental fortitude is not all that. That's what makes him maybe sort of like hesitant, or I don't know, but apparently I'm wondering if he's stronger than Mirio. Oh no, but apparently he's stronger than all of them, right? And when they started this episode, and then they had how Amajiki came to the classroom, and then how him and Togata met for the first time, and they're like, you're like the sun, and one day I want to be able to shine as bright as you. And I'm like, with them starting the episode like that, only 2 things is gonna happen. Either he's gonna display his powers and show why he's called Suneater. Even the title is like Suneater or something. So this episode is clearly about him. So they're gonna have a focus on him and why he's called Suneater, why he's so strong, why he's one of the big 3s and all that. Or it's gonna be like sort of like a last hurrah thing, and then he's gonna lose his powers. Because I'm still afraid of that needle that takes away your powers. I'm afraid that one of them is gonna like lose their quirk permanently. So I'm like, it's gonna be one of those 2 things. Either he's gonna show why he's called Suneater, or he's gonna do that and then lose his powers. But he didn't lose his powers. He showed why he's called Suneater. I just love seeing the relationship between those 2. You can clearly tell that they're best friends. And the way Amajiki sees Togata is not different. He puts Togata on this pedestal, and Togata is like especially on that scene where he was sort of like doing some kind of magic trick and showing Togata, and they were both laughing and all that. You can tell that he has dark side to him as well. It's just that he doesn't show it that much. And Togata reminded him of that, and like, you saying that I'm the sun or something, but you someone that's even brighter than the sun. And he probably is the one that came up with his hero name, right? Suneater. Okay, so he's facing these 3 dudes, and they're like, one of them is Larceny, the other is Crystal something, and the other one is supposed to be eating stuff. One thing I'm noticing about these animes, or like it happens a lot in animes, you have these outcasts that are recruited by these evil bad guy that's they see them being outcasts, right? And use that. Like, they come as their savior, someone that accepts them and then get you to join him, to have this kind of sense of loyalty to them and all that. That's what happens to these three, because they were like rejected. They went through why each of them were rejected. I don't quite remember, but like, and then they have Overhaul come and like, join me, and then they join him. When they show that, first off, I thought about Shigaraki and All for One. Like, that's basically what happened to Shigaraki. Like, All for One comes and he's like, okay, join me. I thought about Mousaka 100, where you have the scars and the leader of the I'm forgetting, but like the bad guy, the main bad guy of season 2, like the leader of the scars and all that. He's also like that. He comes and he sees these people that are, you know, in need of someone that, or in need of guidance, and then he just lures them to the dark side. That's basically what happened to these three. But these three also care about each other, and that's how Amajiki was able to defeat them. First, he stopped the dude that was larceny. It wasn't until like way toward the end of the episode that I understood why he's called larceny, because he steals people's things. Like, if you have something on you, then he's gonna steal it, but he needs to see you first. So when Amajiki was like stuck to the wall, and then he used something to like blind his vision, so he can't use larceny anymore. And because of that, I think that's why Amajiki was able to crystallize. No, he eat the guy that crystallizes stuff. He eat his stuff, and then he was able to crystallize it and sort of like block him, I guess. And then you have the guy that eats people, because he had the crystallized guy like right in front of him, like he can't actually eat him, so he stopped. So like he stopped all three of them like together like that. I don't know. When they were, like I said, I really wish I could have followed more like the explanations of how Amajiki was stopping or was using his quirks. And then there was this shows sort of like his final form. Not final form, they called it where he can use all his whatever it is that he eats to a different degree, or I don't know, the way he said it, vast hybrid chimera kraken. Like, let me see, let me write this name down first. Chimera. Oh, the chimera ant. Variable sizes, manifesting several at once, picking and choosing characteristics. So the thing is, vast hybrid chimera. He says chimera, but chimera sounds cool to me. Chimera kraken. So, and then he had this thing on his face, and then all those octopus arms, and I'm like, okay, does the chimera kraken thing, does it matter what he eats during the day? Like, with the final form of the chimera kraken stuff, will that matter on what he ate that day, or is this still gonna be like the same kind of form at the end? I don't know. Like, let's say he doesn't eat octopus that day, and he eats like chicken. Are we still gonna? We're not gonna have the vast hybrid thing. There's not gonna be any octopus leg arms things in there, right? So I'm assuming that it changes, because I feel like the way that works is that based on what he eats that day, he can sort of like pick and choose like all the different characteristics of what he ate. Like, okay, do I want this to be bigger or not? Like, just have this mix of all that he ate and manifested into this chimera kraken thing. Oh no. Or is it that the thing is called fast hybrid, and that the final form, whatever it wants out to be, is like this particular case is called the chimera kraken, and maybe another day when he doesn't eat the octopus, maybe he's gonna be like fast hybrid and then something else, another name, just not the chimera kraken stuff. I don't know, but it's kind of cool the way his thing works. Like, what can he eat and what can he manifest? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to his quirk and what he can manifest, what he can do with it. It's kind of cool. I love this episode, but I feel like I was confused for a majority of it because I couldn't keep up with the lyrics with the subtitles. I'm reading it and I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff, which I don't like at all. Maybe the next episode I'll try to react to it in English and see how that's gonna be. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please come back on Tuesday, for my reaction to My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 9. And I will see you next time.